is why wrestling sucks.
You a dumb, me tell you.
You a moron. I's right.
Just shut the funk up, baby, and let's have some fun.
Bienvenidos a Diosas y Cosas Hermosas, reparto, el luchador grasa Lucas Walker. Además, el hombre peludo de Folk Funkmaster V. Las mujeres tienen relaciones sexuales, debido a la realización que viene de estos cerebros.
Hey, what's going on? That was a great intro.
I like that. That was just kind of, we were just like, you slid in the door.
Hey,
You were like,
babe.
you like a sexy kind of Kramer vibe going
Yeah,
on tonight.
usually I come in the door like a fucking
Jerry!
like a porn star. Just kick it down. All right, ladies, who ordered extra meat? And this time I came in, like kind of smooth, kind of Shawn Streets style. Hey, baby.
Shawn Streets, that guy's overrated. What in the heck? My girls, my pimpettes, I've never had this problem. You're around 50,000 wrestlers, and all of them are half naked in the back and stuff, and sometimes a Funkmaster will get half naked out in the front. But all the pimpettes, all the funkettes, they're like they just don't. They won't be. They're not shutting up about this Shawn Streets. I don't know if he's found the gypsy or he got some sort of tiger cologne, which is guaranteed to work 60% of the time, every time.
Well, it could be
Uh,
usually you hang around with fucking meatheads like me that couldn't attract women anymore if they, put
that's
on the,
not
the,
true.
the tiger cologne.
That's not true. That's not true. There's women all over you, man.
Only
Well,
a few.
well, man.
And usually they have dicks.
And normally there's some sort of handicap,
Hmm?
blindness, can't smell,
Hunchback. I mean, the hunchback doesn't bother me too
slack
much.
jaw,
Granny
rubberneck.
Slackjaw. Hey,
Yeah.
where's old Granny Slackjaw at? Fuck, behind his shit.
She's behind you. Anyway, we had an interesting weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm Big
Uh,
Luke.
oh yeah, I'm Funkmaster V. It's time to ride the funk train, children. Toot toot. But we had an anytime you wrestle in Newport,
Oh God.
Newport, Tennessee, is a city. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I think we talked about this before. But in the '80s, there was some sort of billboard in Newport that had a black man on it, and it said something along the lines of, "If your skin is this color, don't let the sun go down on you in Newport." Now, am I crazy, or was that real?
I mean, that sounds possible. They elected a black mayor about 10 years ago, and they burnt a cross in his front yard.
And didn't you
But
say like the head of police there now is a Mexican man or
oh yeah,
a
yeah,
Latino
he's
man?
a great guy, and the assistant chief is a black guy named Claude, and he's just the biggest sweetheart you'd ever meet.
But I think that's true. I think in the '80s they had. I mean, that's how recent. What, about 30 years ago they had racism that prevalent down there, and we were there wrestling. And weirdly enough, the crowd that we were kind of entertaining was not that bad. They were lucid. I
Yeah,
think some of them had full-time jobs. Some of them had shoes.
they
Some
had
of them
shoes. Yeah.
had thumbs, like they had developed through the evolutionary chain. But then my wife wanted me to go to Walmart
Oh, my
because,
favorite place on the planet is Newport Walmart.
well, then you'll understand. She's trying to emasculate me by making me do these chores for her because love is the two-way street or some. She's read some crazy book recently, so I'm having to deal with that. But so I go up there to get some stuff for the family, and I swear to God, I think there were creatures walking around in the Walmart that weren't technically human beings. Like I don't know. There were people who had dead sullen eyes. I swear this is not just a joke to be funny for an opening of a podcast, but there were people in there. I went past at least two groups Normally I would say three to exaggerate, but I want to keep it true. Two groups of people who were actively talking and looking over their shoulder talking about drugs. Like, I still got an 8 ball. It's okay. I don't care what he took. I'm just like, man, I'm in the, we're in the toy section here. You know what I mean? Um, but
They're looking.
anyway,
They're looking for a place to hide their weed.
they're going to hide it in a Teddy Ruxpin.
Yep.
But anyway, so that was Newport. And you said basically it's going to take a lot of money if you ever go back to Newport. And we helped TKO out. TKO is a guy who hates bacon. That's kind of his wrestling gimmick. But and also in real life, he doesn't like
Well,
bacon either.
I
But
mean, there was other reasons I wanted to work that show. My buddy Travis, that I worked my shoot job with, he
is
he
Travis's
wrestles
shoot
there.
name?
Yeah, Travis is shoot name, and he works there, or he works with me, and he wrestles out there just because there's really, and like we told him, man, just as soon as we can get you out of there, because that place might kill you. And hey, there's some good guys that work there, Lenny Stratton and all these guys, but there's also some fucktards like the Rhinestone
Lenny Stratton
Cowboy.
doesn't work out in Newport, does he?
He
Alex
worked. He
Payne.
worked there Sunday night.
Alex Payne does.
He worked there against Matt Cross, who is a name I supposedly should know.
Well,
I mean, we're on like 150 at that armory. That's a damn good draw for Newport, Tennessee. I mean, you got to think with the white trash out there, just the toothless pillbilly morons. They just eat their own boogers. That they would just love wrestling. I mean, eating your boogers and wrestling go hand in hand.
well,
Or hand to
for
mouth,
you.
which nose, hand, mouth. Some way to get it together. But I mean, Dick Justice. I saw Dick Justice on his Facebook page. He's wrestling all these great places, and we're in freaking Newport. But I took, said, hey, we're catching up to Dick. Eventually we'll be big names, and we'll be.
We're catching up to what?
Dick.
What does that mean? I don't know if I'm with you on this.
Justice. They're calling us.
That guy.
Yeah,
the
calling
fat-
us out about
The
they
fat
can do
cop.
karaoke. Yeah.
I'm a little wary of this whole thing, to be honest with you. I feel like you used to be a cop, and this Dick Justice is a cop. I kind of don't you see like a WCW? I'm in the ring fighting Dick Justice, and I got him in the figure four, and then somebody else comes in, maybe Joey, and he's trying to distract the ref, and then you come down to straighten it out, and then you just freaking clothesline me, because hey, your clothesline is something else.
Hey man, people. I mean, I can hit you with so much force with my clothesline that sends a ref into super speed.
Yeah, it was like a miracle. In
It
Newport.
affected the time continuum.
It did. It switched. But I just feel like there's a swerve coming up where you're going to be standing over my body. You and Dick Justice are going to be jumping up and down, and then I'm going to have to resort to my old Baltimore. Our friendship can't last. You're a cop. I'm from the streets. It ain't gonna happen, man. It's something's gonna you're gonna there's gonna be some sort of sale on donuts. There's gonna be some sort of fraternal order of the police ball where you're going to fall in love with Dick Justice and you're going to turn on me and you're going to do a podcast with him and I'm going to be over here and I'm going to have to find some street guys over here that aren't hooked on meth too bad that can find a microphone that they can talk into. I know this is happening.
I'm not welcome back into the law enforcement community. All right, we'll put it that way. Dick Justice just won't like me.
I don't know, man. You little square. I was giving that girl at the A&W some hell Saturday night, and you look like you were wanting to put your handcuffs on me and take me out of
my Asperger's syndrome kind of goes into overdrive sometimes in those situations.
You were embarrassed. Okay, so let's talk about this match. We had a match as God Makes Beautiful Things. We decided
We will not tell the end of the match until we get to the listener questions.
Oh, we won't.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, because the I think maybe let's do listener questions now. You got some kind of funky beat you can play to.
Oh, I've got an intro for viewer hate mail.
All right.
New segment on the show tonight. It's called Viewer Hate Mail. Viewer Hate Mail.
Viewer hate mail. So here we go. Who do you got? Let me pull up. I've got one. You wanted to go first?
Oh no, because mine will go into the story of the match.
Well, I'm sitting here looking at a picture of slave Princess Leia. I don't know if I want to really move off of that.
Oh,
Thank you. What is
do
this?
you know when the green chick dances? They never edit it out. Her titty falls out when she dances for Jabba the Hutt, and he starts pulling on her chain.
I've never noticed.
If you know what I mean. Yeah, titty pops out.
Well, every 12-year-old boy right now has shut off our podcast, and they're going to go find Return of the Jedi right now to.
Well, then we'll pretend like we're pausing. Pause. All right.
Yeah, go. In fact, let's take time out. I just had a beautiful woman hand me a drink. We'll take a time out. Go put the VHS of Return of the Jedi in. Look at a green boob. Which you think Captain Kirk is jealous on that?
I do think Captain Kirk was probably right behind there stroking his goat. Hey, speaking of which, guys, every guy in America, listen to this right now. Guys, do not rub one out. Guys, jerk off. Guys, flog the dog. They polish the bishop.
Golly,
Rub,
it's only 10 o'clock. We can't talk like that.
Rub one out means like a girl rubs her clitoris. Guys, what are you rubbing? If you're rubbing, you've got a really small ding dong.
All right, now I apologize. I may edit that out later just because I may puke. I don't even know where that came from. But Fuji Brown is a listener from us out of Indiana.
Guy's awesome, man.
He asked, he goes, I just listened to episode 10, rubbed one out, and I love the show. Got a few questions pertaining to Great American when you have a moment. I said, thank you. And he said, I want to wrestle for Great American at some point, but I don't, but I know that after my layoff, I need to work up in Indiana first. Any pointers, Luke, on enhancing my chances of picking up better bookings than what I've been picking up now? So, pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, kind of the same situation with your buddy Travis, where he's kind of...
Travis is an amazing lump of clay that's half of a statue.
Okay.
That with the right amount of work, I mean, like I said, we find these guys all over Tennessee that are at different levels, and some learn quick. Some are you get some Christian Lotuses out there, and then you get some other guys that just don't catch on as quick. And you have to kind of know which way to push and prod people, and But my advice, to get better bookings, it's going to be difficult because there's so many shitheads getting bookings out there. My advice is to get yourself an actual character that relates to you, that you can get a backstory behind and believe what you're saying. Work on your Shakespeare, which Shakespeare is, you're acting, not just going out and cutting a promo acting, but what you're doing what you're doing. Learn how to sell, learn how to put people over, learn how to give real respect instead of that mock respect, where people come up, oh yeah, Big Luke, big fan. And then, you hear 5 minutes later that they're talking to another promoter saying that you're a bunch of nobodies. And, which is funny because we are a bunch of nobodies. We're all a bunch of nobodies. But.
And if you're not a nobody, they're going to find some sort of sex tape with you on it saying stuff you shouldn't have said, and then you'll be nothing.
Well,
I'm looking at his stuff here, and like I said, he's a really unique looking guy. And like I said last week on the show, there's 3 elements to being a pro wrestler. And if you become terrific at all of them, nobody's ever going to be able to hold you back. And that is work rate, look, and stick work or mic work. And it looks like, Fuji's got a good look here. I don't know what his gear is. There's some of his gear doesn't look too good. It looks like he's influenced. See, this is something too I'm looking at. He looks like he likes kung fu. What's that cartoon called back when we were kids? The guy
Kung Fu?
Yeah. He had the
number one super guy.
Yeah, he he looks like he's influenced by that. Maybe get a gi. If you like that karate stuff, kung fu, you almost looks like you're doing a 70s retro thing. And I'll tell you, man, I don't have any problems getting booked. That 70s retro stuff, I've actually thought about wearing a gi myself at different times.
I got a new gimmick for him. Straight up. Metrosexual hillbilly.
He's black.
Oh, that's fine. That'd be even better. Black metrosexual hillbilly. He can just come on there and be like, "Hey guys, this is me. I'm gonna cut a promo on you. It's a shoot."
That sounds like Mr. Rogers. I don't know if Fuji probably never listen to us again, but I think he's got the look. I don't know if he can wrestle worth a crap, and I don't know if he can talk, but he looks cool. Like him on a poster is interesting, and there's a lot of guys out there who are trying. Like there's a couple white guys on these posters that look just like somebody that should be making you a sandwich at Subway instead of wrestling.
I about got into a fight at Subway the other day.
I know. You told me.
Yeah, it was great. Want me to go into that for a second?
I was trying to. Did we
Yeah,
answer
but
his question?
while you were talking, I farted and ruined my whole fucking train of thought.
Well, terrific. In this guy's case, Fuji's case, I guess we'll drop it at this. Just go out there, put yourself out there. Facebook is a tremendous tool. Don't be offended by this, but I would probably, if you're trying to get back into wrestling, I would have a page. It looks like you just love your family and adore your family. But what I would do is I would have a page where it's all your wrestling stuff, and you have this for your family and friends and all that. But have a wrestler page where it's just you, and it looks like you probably could use some new gear. You've got good look, you know, and learn that if you've had an injury, learn how to work smart. Learn how to do as few moves as possible. And when you mix in martial arts, there's a lot of funny stuff you can do. Sweet Stan Lane from the Midnight Express used to do a lot of martial arts, and I heard that it used to piss off Jim Cornette and Bobby Eaton. But
Well, speaking of eating, I ate some chili dogs and I farted again.
What is your deal tonight?
It's a long day.
You seem like you've been having a rough day. I've seen some
yeah.
things you posted. You
Yeah, my grandpa's dying, man.
Is that what it is?
It was a bad day for him. But anyway, back onto the funny train.
We got to edit that out. We can't let that in there. All right, so we'll pick
keep it in. That actually is pretty funny, as true as it is. But
it's not funny. No, it's not. We're not. Well, I'll leave it in just because. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. So thanks, Fuji. Thanks a lot.
All right.
All right. What's your question?
Well, all right. So here's the question. I'm not gonna say who it's from, but because me and this guy have a little secret underground relationship. But
this episode. This is the grossest episode we've ever done. Farting,
No.
jerking off. Your little.
He's one of my infamous informants that scouts out locker rooms and feeds me information.
Oh, really?
But,
how much you pay somebody like that?
I put some of his picks up on Trash Bag Wrestlers for him, but he asks, in all seriousness, how big are Vinny Vineyard's Funkmaster V's Bobalones? And I just so happen to have an answer to that question.
How, pray tell, do you have an answer to that question?
Well, let's go back in time and let's talk about wrestling at the Popcorn Sutton Jam in Newport, Tennessee. Because, all right, well, I'm going to start from the beginning. My experience was, I went there because, I thought me and you could have fun teaming up, and we did. No, we did. I mean, I had some laughs.
Oh, we did? Oh.
Yeah, it was fun. And then, I got to work against my buddy Travis, who's got the worst last name in history.
What is it?
It's Travis Draven.
Is that his real name?
No, his real. And get this, it's like the Rick Blood, Ricky Steamboat gimmick. His real last name is Graves. Travis Graves. How great of a name is that?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And does Draven like a vampire type thing?
Yeah, like the Crow and shit. And I mean, I give him shit. I was like, hey man, change your name. I got on Facebook there because I'm a Facebook guy, And I got on there and I was like, hey man, if you change your name to Travis Graves, you're gonna see a lot of fucking titties. And,
what? Really?
And, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Travis Graves. I mean, don't you want to show me your titties?
No.
But no, not at all. Well, anyway,
Maybe it doesn't work on me. Maybe it's
so his girlfriend. So, but really, I said that because I know his girlfriend. She's a cool chick, but she obviously doesn't want Travis to see more titties. So
he's got to get a new girlfriend, man.
Yeah, you got to go right out and get a new girlfriend.
What's wrong with her?
That's like that threesome. Oh yeah, baby, can I touch her? No. Oh well, what the fuck are we doing? And
I've never had a threesome like that. Thank God.
Yeah, it's some white girls. Jump in there with a couple of them Puerto Ricans, and it's just like, all right, let's shit in your shoes.
Wow.
I think you throw up by the time this is over.
Man, you were just in rare form today. What other? Let's see, we've done shit,
shit.
Fart.
Yeah.
Did you say piss and something yet? We'll also say piss.
Oh, I planned on it.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're still early in the show.
But anyway, so she's like, no, he's gonna keep going by Travis Draven because I don't want him to see no titties. And I'm like, man, fuck that. He's gonna see some fucking titties, and that's all there is to it. So I got on Facebook and I make this huge long post about the politic difference between Illinois and Tennessee, and then at the end clincher was, except for Newport, where I'm going to break Travis Draven's leg and force him to look at another girl's titties. That's a wrestling promo, man. That's how you do it.
All them people were there because they got on Facebook.
Yeah, and saw me talking about forcing Travis to see some titties. But no, we go there, and I get out of the magnificent minivan I rode in, and I hear Billie Jean from Michael Jackson playing from the stage, and you look down the hill, and there's this huge carnival going on, and huge stage set up, and there's this girl.
It looked great coming in off the road with the big top in the middle and all the little food, the little midway eateries that circled it. I was like, this is going to be a blast.
And I'm like,
like Coney Island.
This girl's dancing to Billie Jean, and then you hear, and she says her favorite food is beef sandwiches. And I'm like, yes, beef sandwiches. If they have beef sandwiches here, I'm going to go ahead and piss all over myself. See there? Told you.
All right, mark that off. Eh? Come, shit, fart, piss. All right.
Puke. I'm going to make it puke. And dead fish.
Dead fish.
But,
Guts.
So I get out and we start walking, and then all of a sudden I hear Mambo number 9, and things are starting to go downhill. I'm like, whoa, And so we walk up to the guy, and we're like, hey, we're at the wrestling. Where's the wrestling at? And he points out the other way from where all the shit's going on. To what looks like either a cockfighting ring or a dog track.
Which arguably would have been more fun than what took place.
Yeah, I don't want to get too down on the show. There were some good matches. Caddy and J-Mac was
I just fair shows are hard, and we were in a little tiny like a Renaissance fair tent, and the sun went down and the dew came out and got everything wet that I owned, and I don't know, it's just hard. I'm sitting there going, man, I hope I don't mess my boots up out in this.
And I noticed you left your Rolexes at home, so that's good.
Yeah, I didn't bring my Rolexes though. No way.
But so I get there, and there's some people that we've said things about on the podcast that took it seriously because we're let me explain this real quick. We're talking shit here, and you can listen to us, so we're not talking behind anybody's back. And if we sat here and just put everybody over and didn't point out our opinions or our observations, this show would suck, and we wouldn't have 3,000 listeners every week. All right? So sometimes we say things like, we've said, and there's some people there that, faved us. But that's fine. All right?
We got faved. I got faved.
Well, then I pull up, and, everybody's there, and they're like, all right, you guys are in the second match. I'm like, fucking second match? Yeah, all right, I don't care about match placement. I'm going to go out there and entertain. And then you show up about 10 minutes before the show's supposed to start, and me and Tristan Ramsey were having a bunch of fucking laughs. Dave Jones showed up, and we hit our kids, and shoot, and Dave, you're a decent fella, man. You just kind of creep me out sometimes, but that's all right. That's what I like about you. Anyway, so we're going over this whole long match. It's going to be about 20 minutes. We got a 20-minute time limit, and I'll fave a little bit on stuff, but and we've got this whole thing, and it's going to be great. And we're the heels, which was not a great move.
But that's the reason I wanted to work it, is because I need to work on my heel work. It's been so long since I've been a heel. So
well, that's what I was like. We're going to go out there, and I'm going to be able to, yell "shut up" to the fans and tell them that Confederate flags suck, and get all the cheap heat I can possibly get, which was not in my plans whatsoever. But so our music hits, and it's Uptown Funk, which really isn't either of our music. But I mean, I guess it's it was over, and the problem was it got babyface heat. And we come out the heel side of the tent.
there's gonna be a point where that people get sick of that song, and it'll get heel heat soon. So that'll be great.
I don't know. I think it's kind of like Billie Jean. You can play it whenever.
I do. I think so too. It's a really good song. I think it's gonna be around a long. I think we're gonna be listening to that song for like 30 years. Don't you?
Yeah, I do. I think it's this generation's Billie Jean, man.
Yeah, I do. Well, it's gonna be a babyface song. But anyway, keep going.
So we come out the heel side of the tent, which that's really, really funny. But
imagine if there was a heel side and a babyface side of a light pole.
Yes, we came out of the heel side.
We spun out of, we spun to the left and started walking off to the left side of the tent.
And I go out there and I'm kind of acting, just like a cocky asshole, because I'm like, you know what, I might run into these people at Newport or at Walmart. And I'm acting like a cocky asshole, but then I notice there's like 50 fucking people in the crowd that I know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're cheering me, and they're yelling, "Hey, how's your Babalones? Shut up, Toofy." And I'm like, oh, well, this isn't working out very well. Hopefully them baby faces come out like a house of fucking fire. And so you get to the ring, and you say, you're riffing on somebody in the front row, and you're like, "Where did you come from?" And she goes, "Here, somebody else's mom." And you just, hit the floor laughing, and it's getting over. And then I do the, "Oh, snap." And I snap my fingers and stare at the crowd. I mean, the crowd is just loving us. And I'm trying to get heel heat a little bit. Now I'm just kind of going, man, maybe we should not, we should just see where this goes. And these baby faces are going to come out just charged to the moon, and they're going to hit this ring, and they're going to destroy us. And this is going to be great. And then their music hits, and I'm like, ah, shit, here comes cheap heavy metal.
You called it. You called it, too. You said, I guarantee you this is going to be heavy metal.
So, after we're dancing a little bit, the heavy metal comes, so we start having a little mosh pit in the ring, and they come out slow, basically crawling to the ring, and the crowd is just going, boo! Fuck! And so, like, all right, I'm going to give this guy, and Travis, I've been wanting to rip on him for a while. So, and so I grabbed the mic and I'm like, man, all right, I'm going to lay it to him. "Travis, you look like a piece of white poop." I'm like, oh, shut up, crowd. Like, you look like you ate Captain America, because he's dressed like in a Captain America type singlet. And I was like, man, you look like Captain America got stung by a bunch of bees, and everybody's rolling. I'm like, fuck, I'm like, I'm trying to do.
That's what I'm saying. For Newport, that was a pretty lucid crowd. I mean, that was like a Knoxville crowd, really. That was a bunch of people that, I think when they were in elementary school, they joined the book club. The riff.
And they all wanted to see the Kentucky Headhunters, which I had to be explained like who they were. Yeah.
I will say this too, man. Whatever band was over there, was a pretty good freaking band. I've played 1,000 shows all over the place in my life, and I've seen a lot of bad bands. And whoever that was a solid Newport, COCKE County Fairgrounds rock band. So whoever you were that did all the cool old rock.
Well, the thing that
covers,
pissed me off about it
goes off to you.
The thing that kind of pissed me off about it is, the first match went on and the band was, 500 yards from us and they're playing. So, you kind of got to get a rhythm to it and everything. And, for the third, fourth, and fifth match the band was playing for us, stone silence.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, stone silence. But anyway.
That's actually a little bit better. We were the focus.
So we probably fucked around in the ring and, made fun of him for about 5 minutes. And, you locked up with the dude, Lance, and, jumped out of the ring and said, "Whoa, easy, ref. He was like a foot from my Baba Loans." And the crowd's like, "Baba Loans, Baba Loans." And so now we are super over. And Vinny does this headlock reversal takedown suplex gimmick. And the ref hits the ground and counts 1, 2, 3 faster than I can say 1, 2, 3. I mean, he gets a 2. You were good enough to kick out of it. But it was 1, 2, and you kicked out like you were, if you would have tried to time it, you couldn't have got it. And you just look at him and say, "Whoa, easy, buddy, calm down. Stop drinking so much coffee."
Yeah, I just didn't know. The guy. I don't know if he thought he was macho, and I'm going to show everybody how fast I can count. But when we on this podcast talk about if you're putting a promotion together, how important referees are. Holy crap! This guy, he destroyed by his unprofessional actions and by him counting so fast. It totally broke any type of suspension of disbelief that you would ever have because it was ridiculous. The focus would be, instead of look at these 2 wrestlers or these 4 wrestlers or whatever match he does, it's all of a sudden goes, what the hell is wrong with this referee? And if the referee is doing that on purpose, then he should never be booked to do anything ever again.
Well, it goes a little further. Right after that, you tag me in, and we're 3 minutes into the match.
Something like, I don't know. We were out there for about 10 minutes, but a lot of it was just dorking around with the crowd. But yeah.
So, so I get it. I jump in there. I pick Travis is, you turn the heat around on Travis. I picked him up, body slammed him, leg dropped him, elbow dropped him, got his legs wide apart, and headbutt him right in the dick. I mean, I broke his dick.
All right, hold on a second. Come, shit, fart, piss, dick. All right.
Headbutt to dick. Headbutt to dick.
Butt and dick are 2 words next to each other. Butt and dick. All right. Okay.
All right.
Carry on.
And so then I'm like, I pick him up and I'm like, I'm going to try. It's time to turn around because I came out like a fucking house of fire. I did all those moves in like a minute. And
it was unbelievable.
So I pick him up. I go to throw him off for a clothesline. He takes the bump. I climb down to call the next spot, and the referee goes 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, it's over. And I'm like, whoa, that was 10 fucking minutes early, man. He hit the 1, 2, 3 so fast that I'm like, were they working us here?
Yeah, we were like, somebody working us, somebody trying to throw us under the bus or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it didn't work because
that referee works for a guy that you don't get along with, and
I get along with him fine. He's he doesn't. I don't think he likes me, but I don't mind the guy. But it could have been something like that. I don't know. I don't think so. It could be just the guy doesn't know what he's doing. But the point of it all is, at that point. And this is what I'm proud of about how we work is instead of going out and having matches and series of moves and going out there and look like a video game, each match you do is supposed to have business.
Yeah.
What is the business of the match? Even if you're in Newport, even if you're in a fair, even if there's more teeth in my head than the front rows combined, whatever the case, you go out there and try to put on a good match because these are wrestling fans, man. You're not going out there. We're not in front of brain scientists all the time, anyway.
And there's really good wrestlers on this show, so don't get us wrong. We're really fucking around ribbing on the guys when we say that.
Sure. You know what? I did have a good time. It was fun. I got to see some people I really liked that I haven't seen in a long time. I got to see J Mac I haven't seen. I got to talk to Tristan Ramsey. Got to talk to Cindy Parton. Got to talk to Denise Rex and her kids and stuff like that. And
Southern Bad Boys were there, and
not the real Southern, but some other Southern Bad Boys. I thought Southern Bad Boys was supposed to be Shane Andrews and.
I don't know who the Southern Bad Boys are.
Oh well, they were there. Some forum some illegal. It was the Southern Bad Boys Wolf Pack, I think, was there.
And TKO wherever if we
Yeah.
every time we're in the locker room, I love that guy. He's a good guy.
He's a great guy. TKO is a knucklehead, and I
And
like
we
him.
mean that, yeah, we mean that in the nicest way, you knucklehead, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got low self-esteem all of a sudden. Snap out of it. But
Snap out of it. Okay, well then I'll go into answer the question as posed.
no, okay. Well, hold on. The only thing I want to say is the business of the match was supposed to be, we wanted to shine your friend and this other guy up and make them look good. That's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to work on some self-deprecating heel spots. Didn't get a chance to.
It turned into a squash match for Big Luke.
Yes, it turned out to be where your clothesline is now up there with, JBL's, Stan Hansen's, and Brad Cash's now. So
My clothesline affects the space-time continuum.
that's right. You time warped the ref, and so all of a sudden it was like, well, we were very over when we came out. We were very silly. We were dancing and making fun. We were doing a good job, I feel, with connecting with the crowd. The match wasn't a bad match except for the stupid counting,
Yeah.
and it ended way too early, and it was a big fuck up. So at that point, I was like, well, we've had 5 minutes of screwing around, a 4-minute match, and now it's time to change the business of the match to make it appear to where the business of the match was to make me and Luke look awesome as silly knuckleheads.
Which I don't know how your dick would have anything to do with that.
Well, here's the
All right.
deal. You start dancing, and you mark my gimmick. You dance better than I do. Shoot, I can't dance as good as you.
Oh, you did some kind of. Let me tell this because I want to get into your mind, but I want to tell the story. But then I want to go in your mind of how this happened.
Okay.
All right. So I decide, or you get on the top rope and you start doing the wave with your arm and the robot and stuff. So I take it. I take it from you when you're doing the robot. I take it. I get in the ring. I get in the middle ring. I start dancing like Michael Jackson, and I do the leg kick, and I start getting hee, and the crowd's fucking loving it. And then I pass it back to you, and you do the Nicolas Cage head fucking bang from Face Off when he's listening to Hallelujah at the beginning.
God, it's so weird. I was thinking about that movie this week. Weird. Anyway.
And then your arms start doing this really fast wave out to the side. Next thing I know, you're ripping your singlet off. So you're standing there in your fucking underwear. You throw your singlet to the ground while you're in your underwear. And you decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it an elbow drop, Ric Flair style.
Right. I've
And
always
when
loved
you
that.
did that, your dick and balls just, hey guys, hey front row, how you doing? Your balls cut a promo on Toofy. You're
All right, so we got cum, shit, fart, piss, butt, dick, then cock and balls. Okay.
and so to answer the question of how big are Funkmaster V's bobalones? They're the left one's a little bigger than the right one. All right.
Well, we'll just give it the send off. Now, as Luke said, now I've truly seen the Funkmaster Five.
Real Funkmaster Five.
That's it. Real Funkmaster Five. And, the funny thing is, I haven't heard anybody say they've seen it. But I think everybody's too embarrassed to admit it.
Or they found something out about themselves, and they're right now sitting in their house with a bottle of Jack Daniels, naked.
Oh, gee. Well, that's Newport. So if you ever wrestle in Newport, that is it. You got Kentucky headhunters warming up. You're wrestling in a dogfighting pit. I'll say this. I saw Violet and Jason, Bobby Rain and Violet. They've worked each other plenty of times, and they had good heat in their match.
Yep.
The crowd always likes when they wrestle. And then Caddy and J-Mac, and I haven't seen J-Mac work in a long time, and it was real neat to see him again. I've wrestled that guy a million times. Um, he's a tag team guy with Street Dreams in the Detroit Funk City. We had some good tag matches before. He had a single with Cowboy, and we were always putting over Cowboy. But J Mac had a great match.
But like I said, I do appreciate the show. I said I'd never work in Newport again, kind of joking around. I mean, the Armory is 15 miles from my house, and if called out, and I'd consider it. So don't think I'm not overly, I'm
Yeah, you're just blowing off steam.
I'm ribbing on you guys. Come on.
Hey, I had to do an audition for television today, and I'm going to show that video, and then we'll end the show after we come back out of it. But this is called "I Got No Beef with Carla."
I'm Vinny Vineyard with Talent Trek. I live in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Yeah, I heard about Carla, but I don't know anything about her. I mean, I'll admit our relationship had its fair share of ups and downs, but I don't got no beef with Carla. I just wish I knew where she was.
All right. Well, that was my audition. I hope I get the job. But that was exactly that's exactly what they sent me. I hope somebody from my agency doesn't see that and get me in trouble, and I'll never act again. But that's I just wanted to share that. That's a real audition for a real television show that's going to be nationwide on cable.
Like I said, my favorite my favorite acting chops of yours when you're so devious that you were the suspect, though you were innocent, but you still were a shady character, so you were wringing your hands while sitting on your couch with your moose heads. And
moose heads sounds like delicious chocolate candies.
It does sound like delicious chocolate candies.
Oops, it's WWE time, babies.
John Cena, Undertaker, Repo Man, Tatanka, Tino Santana, Bob Backlund, the Iron Sheik, the other guy, those guys.
In the world of World Wrestling Entertainment, Funkmaster V and Big Luke share their thoughts on the world of World Wrestling Entertainment.
All right, here we are. I'm Big Luke. That's Funkmaster V. Funkmaster V, did you watch Raw this week?
No, man, I don't watch that.
This concludes the world of World Wrestling Entertainment.
You want to say anything about Hogan?
No, not really, because I just, I mean, if you weren't offended that he was fucking his best friend's wife,
exactly.
And
Thank you.
He's and also, I really honestly think I saw the sex tape. I think everybody's mad. Yeah, I think everybody's mad because Hogan's got a huge fucking dick. I mean, that thing is monstrous.
I didn't see it. I just saw him putting his pants on, I think, or whatever. I didn't see anything else.
I mean, and the thing is I'm a Bubba the Love Sponge. I would listen to Bubba Love Sponge back when he was on Sirius, and I mean, his wife's fucking hot, and she's like, I can't take that all in my mouth. I'm like, God damn, you and 3 other people couldn't. But and said, I mean, the guy's, he's Hulk Hogan. Everybody's gonna say some shit that they regret. I probably did today on this podcast.
We probably did on the podcast. Like, yeah, man.
And everybody's gonna say some shit. Everybody's gonna get in the mood. I just won't. But I mean, none of us think we're racists, but occasionally a situation will come up where, for that 5-minute rant, we're racists. Well,
I don't think I'm racist, but maybe I'll have a 5-minute rant one day. But I just think if it's a weird situation, it's weird that it popped up now, 8 years after the fact. It's weird. This was the lowest point in Hogan's life.
Mm-hmm.
His wife was leaving him, and he was banging his best friend's woman, and
his best friend. I mean, Bubba put him up to it. Said, hey, you're going through rough times. Here, go fuck Heather. She's down. And his best friend videotaped it and said on the video, "Oh, if we're ever poor, we could just release this video." Power pick hole.
God, what a
But
what a see, you're just hanging around a bunch of degenerates at that point too. But okay, well, I don't have much to say except those without sin cast the first stone. He's going to pay for that the rest of his life. I feel like we live in a time now. I mean, Bill Cosby has never been arrested for doing anything with a woman that he's not supposed to. Well, you wouldn't be arrested. He's never been arrested.
yeah, so there's no probable cause.
So it might have happened that he is just a huge raping asshole that is just a train of just debauchery.
Right, raping asshole. I'll put it on.
Yeah, okay, let's see. We got cum, shit, fart, piss, butt, dick, cock and balls, raping asshole. Okay, got that down.
The Real Funkmaster 5.
Yeah, the real Funkmaster. But but everybody's so quick to get on Facebook and Twitter and everything to condemn Hogan, to condemn the Confederate flag, to condemn Bill Cosby, and I'm not taking up for any of these people, and I'm not defending them. I'm just saying, man, let's just let some stuff sit for a minute so we can think about it before we see something and go, because it's all clickbait. It's all meant for us to get offended and pissed off.
And again, me and you tend to talk about things we physically see with our eyes.
Yeah.
We don't get too much into conjecture. Right. We don't get too much into moot points and things like that, or which side of the law. I try to keep my eyes open. Like at the beginning, I wanted to side with George Zimmerman, saying, he's being set up. But by the end, I'm like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy's an asshole.
Once I could see the things that were done and things with my own eyes, then I could say, but like you share this picture of this girl that got killed in the jail cell in Texas. Nobody knows what happened. And people are sharing a picture that's obviously photoshopped of her with her eyes rolled in her head and ligature marks and everything. And you're like, are you that dumb?
And that is forming public opinion.
Yeah.
And then it's like we said before, truth is going to be the hate speech of this next generation.
Yes.
Because you're going to be like, wait a minute, that didn't happen. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, you're a racist because she's black, and it's like, wait a minute, it just didn't happen. I'm just saying a fact, or it might have happened. I don't know. It's the whole thing sounds fishy, and it probably a cop was to blame for something in that situation. It could have been handled better.
But it's sides of the coin. Like the diehard liberals are going to like I saw a headline today. Hillary Clinton could choke a puppy on live TV, and you would still vote for her. Yeah. I mean, her, Obama, almost every politician has been caught in bold-face lies. I saw a guy giving Donald Trump some shit because he flip-flopped on his stance on immigration from 30 years ago. But there's a video from 2008 of Obama saying that he's seriously against gay marriage. Mm-hmm. But that, and so it's all viewpoints. People are going to think that, Hulk Hogan's a filthy wrestler, so, he's racist. And Barack Obama is, if he's telling the truth or if he's lying and you can catch him lying, it's because you're a racist. And, Donald Trump actually saying something that's, hinged with a lot of truth is a racist. And,
But in the same coin, too, you flip the coin around, Hillary Clinton could go and save a bag full of puppies from drowning in the river, and still people would be like, "Oh, of course she would do that in front of a camera."
Yeah,
So I mean, that's the danger of the society we live in. You Republicans and Democrats, you're chained, you're lockstepping with whatever you're told, and you're told that the other guy is evil and stupid, and the truth be told is everybody on the other side is the same as you with a little tweak here and a little tweak there, and they're just as good as you are.
Well, and calling everything, one of these people that everything is race to them, everything is racist to them, when they see the whole world through racist, race glasses, everybody's racist and racist, that's racist. Mm-hmm. It's just, I really would like for people just to, form their own opinions and think for themselves. Like me and you have said 100 times, we're just two fucking nobody, no-name idiots that happen to have a little bit of success on a podcast. And we've got people bashing us. We got people tearing us down. People, they won't say that to my face. Yeah, I'm essentially, look, I'm saying it to your face.
I'm Vinny Vineyard.
I'm Luke Walker.
Yeah. So, all right, we gotta wrap it up quick. I'm wrestling the 30th in Wartburg, and yes, for you people in the world, that is a real town.
It's right down the street from Booger Town.
God almighty, Tennessee names. But anyway, I've wrestled in this county a lot, and there's some really Menace, Shawn Schultz, Cadillac Cowboy, Shane Andrews, me, Draven Lee. I don't think there's ever been a show that has had these names on the show.
There's plenty of people on here that have had the name Draven on their show.
Well, Draven Lee is a good wrestler. He's a good kid. And
he obviously took his name from his obsession with the Crow, which is, almost that, to me, that's what you say about a gimmick. You want to take something you love and build upon it.
Right.
So,
but anyway, that's going to be this Thursday in Wartburg, Truth and Liberty Wrestling, and these people are like Christians. If they listen to this show for a plug, they turn this episode off in about minute 6.
August 14th, we'll plug this a lot more. We've got another show with Great American Wrestling. It's another TV taping.
Getting real excited. There's going to be a lot of promos. I don't even want to let anything out of the bag. This is going to be so different from anything else you've seen on TV. And if it's not, I will get on the podcast and say, well, they fucked that up, because possibly they could. But from what everybody's saying, from what the intention is, from what we're hoping and praying, this is going to be some really fun television. I'm not going to say it's the best wrestling you ever saw. I'm not going to say that it's going to be revolutionary to the sport, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a good television show. That's what we're shooting for.
Yep. And coming up on the next show, the story of the Nightwalker.
God, we kicked it to hell again, didn't we?
We pushed that off since March, man. Like I said, he's our Matt Damon. Oh, sorry, we had to bump Matt Damon.
Anyway, also, one last thing. Young Williams Animal Shelter. Why did you do it?
Why?
Why did you have us come out? I bought a $30 afro so I can pose with Joan the ugly dog. And you did it. And you
dog
did it.
Parents hated it. But why? I mean, I'm appreciative of going out there. I'm appreciative of the work they do. I'm appreciative of the breaking the ice. How we got to hang out with some people that we liked, but really reconnect with Jason Max and Lisa Funk and Caddy and people Jagger. That we see all the time. But and Jagger and I got to meet Troy for the first time, and it was all great experience to actually hang out with something besides wrestling. We got some great stories of it getting weird in the bathroom. Listen to episode 10, and then. Oh, we don't want to use pro wrestlers and animals, but you'll promote at a bar. Oh.
I'm not saving any of your kittens. I was coming down there with a big basket, and I was going to get about 6 of them, but nope.
Not now.
Nope.
I was going to take a 13-year-old dog.
Yep. And let it run around until its feet fell off.
I almost took Rockefeller home just because he got a big boner.
All right, we'll end on boner. So that was for those keeping score at home. You win the bingo if you had cum, shit, fart, piss, butt, dick, cock, balls, the Funkmaster Five. What is this? Something ball.
Like raping assholes.
Oh, raping asshole, dead fish. Oh, we didn't even get to the dead fish. And then the last one was boner.
Boners. Dog boners.
All right, brother. That's going to be...
So in closing, dog boners.
Yeah.
All right, how'd you feel that one went? I mean, it flowed, man. It flowed good, and it was cool that,
Now I'm excited because, hey, new segment on the show tonight. It's called Viewer Hate Mail. Viewer Hate Mail. All right, on Viewer Hate Mail, we're going to read some letters here from people in the Knoxville area who've been watching the show, and we've been emailed. And you can send all the viewer hate mail right here, Booyah Bah, to this email address. Letter number 1. This comes from Dixie Lee. Wait a minute. Okay, that's my mother. We're not going to read that. That's personal. So. Alright, second one here. New segment. A lot of fun. This one comes from... okay, it's my mother again. I didn't know she knew such words.